Welcome everybody. Hello. Welcome to BACTS. BACTS stands for Balancing Acts. ACTS is Awareness, Customization, Transition to Scale. And I am starting this because today is day one of me really going out there and doing all the things that God has put on my heart a while ago. But as you will learn, as my situation unfolds, I have decided to take a leap. So I am starting today to just kind of post what comes to me about balancing acts. I'll kind of tell you a bit about how all of this came to be. So balancing acts, and don't mind me, it's my kiddo shirt. Balancing acts is came to me after my dad passed. He passed in 2020. In August, actually. And there were some things that were coming up that were pretty problematic, right, about his health. And he was dealing with some issues as far as hypertension, that being a leading issue within the Black community. He passed due to a heart attack at that time. He was in the midst of working because he was a hard worker. And he shouldn't have been working, but he was working. And he's had issues with his blood pressure and just kind of keeping it stable. So what I thought about, as he passed was just, I would hear him kind of say certain things about, how the medication was impacting him and, with aging, just some of the concerns that were coming up for him. And a big part of this I knew was that nutrition and exercise is are crucial, right, to say the least. And because of, his habits of being from the South, having to have food be a certain way, used to eating a certain way, just cultural factors that played a big part of that, change was really hard for him. But it wasn't just hard for him, right? It's hard for many people, including myself, that when you need to do something different, making that change, like having to rewire your brain to think differently, can be really challenging. And so I got to thinking, more so sadly, again, post him passing, and ways that I wish I could have showed up for him more with the knowledge that I have, having a background in psychology and also understanding food and nutrition to a degree, right? So that's not my background. However, I've done a lot of research for my own health, having a history of fibroids, prior to that PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and recognizing that during my research, that food literally from day to day, when I would fast from eating certain foods, especially like sugar and meat and some fruits and vegetables, depending on what they were, because of the pesticides and how all of these foreign agents were really corrupting my body and turning my body on me, that I understood that I had to make some changes. And those changes haven't been completely like an overhaul, but there were periods of time where I would eliminate everything. And so much so, people could tell, because I would lose weight just like that. And that wasn't the goal, right? I'm from the South, so I like being a bit thick, but those challenges that he had were challenges that I can also see in myself, and I also saw in a lot of clients. I also saw in the community that I came from, a lot of family members, a lot of friends, majority of us, right? So there I was trying to figure out, how can I do something in memory of him? How can I show up for people and do the things that I wish that I had done for him, that if I could have been closer, And even when I was closer, like if I just had eliminated certain things for him, or just spent more time talking about, some of his concerns and trying to figure out like how can we tweak certain things, like that's what I came up with. So all of that to say, balancing acts, the really the pillars of it are these 5 things, right? It is a focus on mental wellness, a focus on relationships, and nutrition, physical wellness, and finances. And so I'm not going to spend the majority of my time on all of those things, right? These are things that doing an assessment, like for my coaching business, is something that I would have a client come in and do. But for the sake of this platform, my focus will be on relationship and mental wellness. And I think that when you talk about relationship is not just the romantic relationship, right? It's not just your working relationships with those who you go and you spend majority of your time with outside of family. But also, I dare say, like, again, relationship with your food. And where does that come from? How does that come to be? So that's what's going to be discussed on this platform. I will also be sharing some great treats that I indulge in. And all of this would be like more of this lifestyle, adjustment that you will all walk with me through this process. And, we'll see what comes after that. So I feel like it was a bit of a ramble, but I think what I'm really focusing on in this season is just doing the thing, right? Like doing the thing that I think about constantly, but that I don't make time and set out time to actually do. But since I have made some adjustments in my life, I wanted to really just move forward and act on what's been coming up for me. So you may see me all oily face. You may see me all dry face, with a hat on, without a hat. I don't know. Just be patient and let's take this walk together. All right.